Hello everyone, my name is Qiao Li. I recently read a book about raising capital. It is a really good book for people who understand raising capital for the first time. My reason selecting this book is whatever a small growing company or large listed company, raising capital is very important. This book attracted me is the author using professional well. It will be required to provide the reader strategies to help their business to a higher level. Also wrote raising capital to help companies advisor navigate companies' finance and explore all of the traditional and non-traditional source of capital that may be available to a growing business. Capital is the lifeblood of growing business. Let's start with the concepts of different source of capital. The first one is debt financing, which essentially means you borrow money and repay it with interest. The second one is equity financing, which money is invested in your business in exchange for part ownership. And most investors are at least falling into one of three types. Firstly, emotional investors who invest in your business out of love or relationship. Secondly, strategy investors. These investors who invest in the synergies offered by your business. And last type of investors is financial investors, whose primary is return on capital. The types of debt financing include commercial bank, commercial finance company, leasing company, state and local government leading programs, and trade credit. I want to talk more about state and local government leading programs. Actually, many state and local governments provide direct capital or related assistance through support service, or even loan guarantees to small growing companies in an effort to foster economic development. And the types of the equity financing include private investors, venture capital firms, mergers, strategic investors and corporate venture capitalists, and other overseas investors. Capital formation strategies. Issue securities is the most simple choice for a small growing company. And there are three essentially types. The first one is debt securities. Second one is equity securities, and last one is convertible securities. Each has certain characteristics, variable feathers, and attains costs. In this point, I want to talk more about convertible securities. Convertible securities offer your company several advantages, including the opportunity to sell out a debt security at a low interest rate. And we have already know some idea about the basic kinds of equity and strategies which owners might use in their search for capital. But selecting the best legal structure for growth, this is a complex issue. Because of the tax consequence and liabilities of the owners, and the structures selected will determine what capital formation options are available. Proprietorship is the simplest business form. Um, proprietorship company owned and operated by only one person who directly and personally owns the assets used in company. In a general partnership, any or all of the individual partners may be liable for the debts and obligations of the partnership. A limited partnership includes not only the general partners, but also one or more partners not bound by the obligation of partnership. A corporation is owned by its shareholders, who may be the individuals or partnerships or even other corporations. And we talk about another type of corporation, special type of corporation is S corporation. S company enjoy the same federal income tax with individuals companies, and there are no restrictions on the company scale. And I'll say the limited liability company is a mixture structure of enterprise. It is reasonable design makes the characteristics of the LLC a company with limited liability, and the tax on the effectiveness and the operational flexibility. We can talk about more LLC in the next page. The flexibility, security, and the tax saving of an LLC can be significant, and the structure lends itself to the management and the structural flexibility that is needed for just about all capital formation strategies. Let's talk about the role of your business plan. If actually an effective business plan is critical to a company's long-term success and its ability to raise capital. The truth is that no new business succeeds without a detailed business plan that recognizes where you are today, where you want to be tomorrow. Every new business needs money when startup. The majority of business will need to establish workplace and meet market costs. So how to raising capital at the seed level? There are several measures. The first one and the most simple one is financing the business with your own resources, which means you can use your family or friends and another foods. If you decide to consider your friend and family as a source of capital, you must be very honest about the risk and the rewards of the enterprise. Once your friends are exhausted your business, it is time to begin your quest for an angel investor. Angel investor has grown significantly in recent years as baby boomers near retirement with significant wallets. Angels also include cashed out owners who may have feathered their nest by selling their business, but just 20% venture capital company differ from individuals and families. Private placements usually offer the ability to structure a more focused transaction because they attract a small number of sophisticated investors. And Private placement is from many of the extensive registration and reporting requirements imposed by the federal and the state security laws. Most companies borrow some amount of capital along their path to growth with the commercial leading. And finally, you can preparing for an internal public offering. That means your company gets in maturity period. So in my conclusion, the small growing companies should be more realistic when they start up raising capital. They should be make a good business plan, and even they need to know how much capital they need. When calculated the capital you needed, startup capital should at least cover all equipment cost, plant cost, and leasehold costs. As the amount of funds needed increase, you will require to assess a sophisticated investor seeking maximum return for assuming the risk of new venture. Remember to related legal responsibility to investors are necessary. Focus on your company's value. It is the basic for determining the cost of new capital when thinking equity additions to the capital structure. And, and meanwhile, you should remember family and the friends are the normal first group sought by business owners seeking capital. Thanks for watching.